Every single photograph from my childhood shows a woman who was not my mother. I know this because my mother died on the table delivering me, and my father never once remarried. Yet there she is, behind me at my 5th day, standing at the edge of my first school photo, half blurred in the background of Christmas morning. The same woman, the same pale dress, the same expression that I can only describe as patient. Like she was waiting for something. I found the album 3 weeks ago when I was clearing out my father's house after the funeral. He had kept it in a fireproof box, buried beneath his winter coats at the back of his wardrobe. The box was locked. I only found the key because it was taped inside his Bible, pressed flat against the inside cover of the Book of Job. At first I thought she was a relative I had never met. An aunt, maybe. Someone who drifted in and out of our lives without ceremony. But the more I looked, the more wrong it felt. She was in photographs that no visitor could have been in. A photo of me asleep in my crib at what must have been 2 or 3 in the morning, based on the darkness behind the curtains. She is standing at the foot of the crib, hands folded, watching me. The camera flash has caught her eyes in a way that makes them look almost white. I showed the photos to my father's oldest friend, the man who gave the eulogy at the funeral. I asked him who she was. He looked at the album for a very long time without speaking. Then he closed it, slid it back across the table toward me, and said, quietly, that I should put it back in the box. When I asked why, he said my father had made him promise never to discuss her. I asked when my father had made him promise that. He said the day I was born. I have spent the last 3 weeks trying to identify her. I have run the photos through every reverse image tool I can find. I have asked elderly neighbors. I have written to the hospital where I was born, requesting records. Nothing. She exists in those photographs and nowhere else that I can find. Last night I was transferring the photos to my laptop, scanning them one by one, when I noticed something in the crib photograph that I had somehow missed before. On the inside of the crib rail, scratched into the wood in letters too small to read with the naked eye, is a single sentence. I had to zoom in 4 times before I could make it out. It says, "She stayed, so you would not be alone." My father built that crib himself. He told me that story every year. He built it alone, in the garage, the week before I was born. The week my mother was still alive. I do not know what to do with that. I do not know what any of it means. I only know that I have not been able to look at the crib photograph again since I read those words, because the longer I stare at the woman standing at the foot of it, the more I become convinced that her expression is not patience at all. It is grief.